market-based carbon reduction effort in the nation. So Reggie has a lot to do with climate change and CO2, but I want to talk about the most important thing to me, and that's jobs. If you take a look at my website, which I haven't really updated from the campaign, the number one issue I ran on is jobs. So jobs are important to me, and so when I look out there, I don't see the state creating it, I don't see government creating it, I see small businesses creating it. And in my district, retail merchants. If you go down the 2-story line all the way up to Main Street, what do you got? You got retail merchants in the Pheasant Lane Mall all the way up the Strip. So the Retail Merchants Association came to me and showed me a list of all their members, and it's the who's who of who's a national. What do they want? They want Reggie. Why do they want it? It's good for business. It's good for energy efficiency. It's good for business, and that means it's good for jobs. Now, if that wasn't enough for me, I opened up the paper one day to find a full-page ad of over 140 small businesses who've asked the Senate to keep Reggie. That was the wake up to smell the coffee moment for me. Because I've only been up here since December, but I have paid attention to politics before here, but I don't recall that many businesses taking out a full-page ad in the newspaper to ask the Senate to do something for them. And they did. So that, like I say, that was the aha moment for me. Now, if jobs wasn't enough, because retail merchants in my district, they're the ones creating the jobs. That's the primary. We got VAE, but basically I got a bunch of stores that sell things to people that come across from Massachusetts to buy things in Tax-Free New Hampshire. Now, if jobs wasn't enough, the economics of this whole thing should sell everyone on. For example, if you repeal Reggie, it's a lose-lose situation. I mean, I'm a Marine, but I can do the math on this. We're going to get, if we stay in Reggie, we're going to get $12 million in auction proceeds. If we get out of Reggie, we're going to have to pay $5.6 million. $6 million. This is simple math. 12 minus 6 equals 6 million. Now, I can see if that's all we're going to get. And this is all uncontroverted fact. If that's all we're getting, that'd be fine. But as I understand it, uncontroverted fact, each dollar of Reggie funds invested in energy efficiency results in $3.42 in direct savings in energy efficiency. So we're tripling that $6 million. All right, once again, uncontroverted fact, UNH study. I've got it right here. Hopefully, everybody on the committee got it. And hopefully they didn't spend a lot of money making the fancy pictures and all, but the details in here and the facts in here are real good. And the good is, we will save more than $60 million due to energy efficiency programs due to Reggie. $60 million, especially when the state is facing the budget shortfalls as it is. Just in the first 2 years of this program, it's only been around since 2008. $31 million in Reggie auction proceeds to the state. Okay? To fund energy efficiency projects. Back to jobs. Once again, my number one priority, the reason why I came up here, what I told all my constituents, all the voters, my number one priority was 10-state pact. Reggie's part of that 10-state pact, so we're going to bail out. What does that show all those clean, energy efficient manufacturers out there and companies out there? Come to New Hampshire? I don't think so. They're going to create jobs if they come. Repealing Reggie is going to eliminate that. All right. Enough about jobs, enough about the economy, even though I think that's the most important part. Let's face it, Reggie is about climate change. Okay, so I got a double major in chemistry, biology. I got an interest in climate change. I'm also a deer hunter, active outdoorsman, as you are as well, Senator Bradley, I know. But I've seen climate change. You don't have to tell me. I don't care what the science. You can say whatever you want. There's climate change. I believe it scientifically. I believe it practically. And better yet, Senator Barnes, Senator Carson, Senator DuBois, you'd be interested to learn this, but where I learned the most about climate change was the Army War College, where I got sent down to the Marine Corps to get a master's in strategy, because they're big on climate change and learning all about it. And here's what DOD, the Department of Defense, says about climate change and the Quadrennial Defense Review. Climate change will shape the operating environment, roles, and missions. Although they produce distinct types of challenges, climate change, energy security, and economic stability are inextricably linked. Climate change may act as an accelerant of instability or conflict. So I'm a Marine. I pay attention to my boss. That's the Department of Defense. CO2 emissions. I don't want to get into science on that. I know we can go either way. Once again, hey, look, I'm a patent attorney. I deal with science and engineering every day. I'm not going to argue the CO2 effects with you. If you're not with me, you're not with me. The American Scientific Society, or I'm sorry, the American Chemical Society says CO2 is a greenhouse gas. Doesn't help climate change. It doesn't help. It accelerates climate change. That's enough for me. Okay, look, criticisms of Reggie. China and India. People say, China and India, for every year we work in Reggie, China can ruin that in a day. I say, so what? Since when does China and India dictate what we do? Hey, once again, remind me, you walk the point, you're out in front, we're the lead. We should be the lead on this. We don't listen to China and India. We're the best country in the world, and we'll decide what's best. And we're certainly not going to go by what they do to just dictate our policy here. The other argument I hear is big government. Well, we just voted 24 to nothing, what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, to keep the bullying law in effect. Bullying. Important. More important than energy. So big government, we got 24 to nothing vote. We let big government get involved in the schoolyard situation. And now the argument is don't let government get into helping our environment. All right, the next thing I hear is a tax. Well, I looked all through Reggie, don't see anything about a tax. You can call it a tax. We called something here tuition not too long ago. All right, you can call it a tax, whatever you want to call it, but here's the deal. Even if you want to call it a tax, it's 36 cents a month on the average taxpayer. So I understand I've got constituents in my district, and there's some really downtrodden poor people in my district in urban Nashua. So maybe 30 cents is a lot to them, and I'm sure it is. But for all those folks going through Dunkin' Donuts, don't buy a coffee for 4 months and help the environment. That's what I'm asking you to do. The other argument I get is, let's do something else. Let's start through Reggie. Let's do this. Let's provide an incentive. Oh, yeah? Well, I don't see something up here. We got another month to go maybe for the session. I don't see anything else. This is it. Reggie's it. All right. So I'm going to conclude. Reggie's not perfect. I understand there's going to be an amendment. I actually like the amendment. Hopefully that'll work. But a Reggie is better than no Reggie. And I'm here to tell you that Reggie's the best way to go. So I'm going to ask you to join the Energy and Natural Resources Committee's recommendation, the Department of Environmental Services recommendation, the Department of Resources and Economic Development's recommendation, the Retail Merchants Association, and over 140 small businesses, including some of our major employers, EMS, Timberland, Smutty Nose Brewery, to vote ITL. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lambert. Question from Senator Barnes to Senator Lambert. You have a question.